again. Time for another video update on the Preacher Man. What'd you think of that Ford County meeting the other night where he spoke?
Well, he sure is long-winded, didn't really say anything.
Well, he said a few key things that I thought we'd follow up on that were rather interesting. One of them in particular was the car seats. He very clearly spells out, as you'll see in the video, exactly what those car seats were for and the purpose, and that they use gift cards for them.
Because like with the Illinois Department of Transportation, who says in this state that you as a parent must have a child restraint seat or a child that is of a certain age and a certain weight, and if you are not able to afford one of those, how are you going to comply with the law? Well, in their wisdom, they set up grants that are overseen by people within the state, and our health department happens to be one of them. And those people can come to us, and we take down the information and check it against the guidelines to see whether or not they are eligible. And so then, if they are, we're not allowed to give them money, because that doesn't mean that they'll end up with that car seat. So we've made arrangements to give gift cards for things like that.
Well, we did a follow-up FOIA in regards to those comments. This was dated July 16th. Copy of total number of gift cards and dollar amounts of those cards used to purchase car seats in the last 2 years. The response was rather telling. We'll post that document as well.
0.
Yes, 0. They haven't spent a gift card on any car seats, which is really amazing. From what Preacher Man told us, that was the very thing they used when people wouldn't qualify for car seats.
He did say that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Well, after doing a little more research to follow up on the gift card issue, we attended that Ford-Iroquois County Public Health Department meeting, and we addressed the issues.
That was a meeting where there wasn't a quorum.
Correct. They didn't have a quorum for that meeting, so they weren't able to take any action.
And a quorum is 5.
Of an 8-member board, a quorum would be 5. And for those that don't know what a quorum is, that would be more than a majority.
More than half.
Correct. Their policy manual says a quorum is 4.
That's
which
wrong.
Wouldn't define quorum, but we'll cover that in another topic or another article.
So during public session, you brought it. You informed Mr. Jensen that
Did a little
gift cards were not used to purchase car seats. What'd he say?
Well, he said.
Let's listen to it.
Mr. Jensen, at the meeting the other night, you said that the Department of Aging used gift cards for grants or for car seats.
No, if I said that, I was a misspeak.
It's on video. If it's a misspeak,
Because-
I heard it.
Well,
That's all right. That's all
you
right.
have to understand,
It's all right.
when the board gets attacked and stuff, I probably get uptight and I probably say things where I'm thinking one thing and I'm saying something else, because my wife constantly, when I would get energized and get to speaking,
I'm not asking
I
for
would
an
have
explanation.
Moses in the ark.
I'm not asking for an
And
explanation.
so I could have said, I know where it was what I was trying to say,
Mr. Jensen,
but I may not have been able to convey it to you the way that I was trying to get it out.
Mr.
The
Jensen,
cards
you
for
work
Eastern Illinois Agency on Aging,
Chairman, if you would, under the public session, under the right to speak.
We'll just let him finish because he's going to go on and on.
What I was going to say, which you did address the Ford County Board with the justification for car seats, you use gift cards. And I don't care where those gift cards came from, but you said you did that because you couldn't just give them cash. There's no assurance that they would go get the car seat. Mr. Jensen, what assurance do they have they're going to get the car seat if you give them a gift card? Gift cards aren't used for that program.
It was interesting because when I confronted him on that fact that they weren't used for that program, he said he never said that. And after several people in the room said, yes, you did, and I reminded him that we had it on video, it was now he misspoke. Because what was it he said? Sometimes he says things that he doesn't mean to, or
That's right.
something to
He
that
thinks
effect.
one thing and says another.
That was it. Thinks one thing and says another.
Aren't there chemicals that do that to people?
Yeah, we're back to what he said about Mr. Devine. Maybe that was one of those things where he misspoke.
Yeah.
You know, misspoke, that's an interesting term, kind of like mistruth. We'll get into that here in a second, too.
So how does he define truth and mistruth? Well, he said that at the Ford County meeting.
You bet. We got that on video too.
Well, let's watch it.
You bet.
I have seen people telling mistruths. You know, and to me, a mistruth is anything that is not correct. Some people tell a little lie and it's just a little white lie. Not to me. If it's a lie, it's a lie. I don't care whether it's white, black, brown, what color you want to apply to it, it's still a lie. And my wife is even worse about that. She wouldn't have put up with me all these years if I was the kind of person to go around and telling a lie. Now, I might tell you a long story, and I'm long-winded, and I'm sure Eleanor could tell you that, and some of the other board members, and perhaps some people here even.
So, he basically said anything that wasn't correct is a mistruth and a lie.
Correct. So if that is the case, he said that car seats were used, or gift cards were used to buy car seats. Was that true?
I don't know. Changed from one meeting to the next.
Yeah, because he said he misspoke, but...
Well, he lied, yeah.
Yeah, I think...
According to his definition.
His definition, it would be a lie. But what's interesting, I want to clarify why it's not something he just misspoke. He justified the car seats as a program that was set up for those who didn't qualify for car seats. It's not like making a mistake of where the gift cards came from. He actually had a designated example of how those were to be used in the event those people couldn't afford it, because you couldn't give them money, they may not go buy a car seat. Mr. Jensen, if you couldn't trust them to go buy a car seat with cash, I wonder how they're going to find out whether they bought a car seat if you gave them a gift card.
You can go to Walmart with a gift card number and find out. They probably won't do that.
Yep. I'll give you an example, Mr. Jensen, of misspoke, because I think there are cases where you can misspeak and it not be a lie. I don't think your example of gift cards is one of them, but I'll give you one, and this is in your own words. It's in regards to a FOIA that I filed, and I think this is almost along the lines of Dr. Seuss and Green Eggs and Ham, but I'll get into that in a minute. It seems that we're waiting on Mr. Devine to render a judgment in regard to this matter.
State's attorney don't render judgment.
Well, I misspoke.
That's a judge that renders judgment.
That's right, I misspoke. I think we're waiting on his opinion.
All right.
That would be a misspoke, or you misspoke in that reference to that. I wouldn't call that a lie. I would call what you said to the Ford County board members a lie, because it was with justification and a huge example, and it was completely false. And you owe the Ford County board members and all of those people an apology for lying, because by your own definition, sir, you lied.
Well, he owes the health department board an apology because he spoke on their behalf.
Yeah, he did. He spoke on their behalf on part of his fact-finding mission. Well, part of our fact-finding mission, which has been rather telling after all the things we keep uncovering that they say is, what was it Mr. Corbett said? Garbage?
Yeah, garbage.
I asked for emails for all the board members. 60 days, that's all I wanted. 60 days of emails sent, 60 days of emails received. The response is absolutely noteworthy. I laughed so hard last night I almost lost my keyboard because I was drinking coffee when I read this. He's waiting on this judgment from the state's attorney regarding that FOIA that I did. I am not sending any emails for the following reasons. Your request is too broad. I do not have to send you emails to my daughters or the emails that they send to me, along with the pictures that are attached. Nor do I have to send you emails that go to other family, friends, or business associates, both past and present. Sam, I am. I've never in my life heard a response like this.
Nobody asked for personal emails.
Obviously, he doesn't understand the freedom of information as it relates to public records, because it's only public records that it pertains to. Item number 2, you cited Section 7.1F, Internal Operations. Pre-decisional deliberative communications that are part of an agency's decision-making process are exempt. Do you think he meant that email where the attorney only wanted certain board members to have the information? Do you think that may be what he's talking about?
Probably. That's what he thinks he's talking about.
In reviewing the few emails that I have that concern the health department, I see none in which action was taken. We take action at our meetings with everyone present. Well, did I miss something? But is there something in the statute that says only emails that have action taken?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Communication.
And this is the best one. This is absolutely unbelievable. This is an example why Mr. Ted Jensen, preacher man, should not only resign from the board, the Ford County Board ought to step up and remove him. Number 3, I cannot send emails which are routinely deleted.
Well, those are public documents. You can't delete public documents without approval.
Obviously, it doesn't seem to pertain to them because he says right here that they're routinely deleted. If it's public business, you're required to keep it. In fact, didn't Mr. Corbett say that during the meeting that, gosh, you can't expect us to keep track of all these emails?
Yeah.
No, that's your legislative obligatory duties is to take care of that. It's part of the FOIA Act and we have a right to it.
Right.
Okay?